All right, we back at it again.
Back at it.
Yeah, so go ahead.
All right. So today's video, I wanted, I had an idea. I was telling Sharp Game, I wanted to sort of follow up after the video he had done about, when your money's not right in a relationship, the relationship, it's not going to go anywhere, which is definitely true. And another aspect of that is, in general, of having your money right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your mind right too. I mean, it goes hand in
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in a society where it's a capitalistic society, and when the money get low, the happiness tends to go.
Hmm.
It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. I mean, there should be some value when someone shows up that hey, that's a stand-up guy. He's a man of character, or she's a woman of maybe she's a nurturing person, maybe she's a supportive person. That doesn't it that should be that should mean something today. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, that's not the case. And what if you got your money up, if you're always if that's your goal, you can avoid certain situations. You're not going to avoid everything. That's impossible in this
Yeah.
country. But
No,
some of the
exactly.
stuff you can avoid. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. And when you got your mind right, you're the people that are surrounding you. When you're in that kind of mindset of trying to be successful, trying to be the best person that you can be, the people around you really influence you a lot. So if you have a good group of people around you, it's going to be a lot easier for you able to get your mindset right, get on track, and focus. What's most important, which is yourself. So,
Yeah. And it could go the other way too.
hmm.
You might have some people around you that won't like being around you anymore.
Hey, that's true. That's true. But everyone can't go along for the ride, like you said, Shark Game.
Yeah, that's true, man. You know.
Mm, yeah,
But
and
go ahead.
I was gonna say the other aspect of it as well. That people, I find what they tend to do. People that they don't have their mind right and they don't have their money right. They like to do things such as, like, a lot of partying, a lot of smoking, and a lot of drinking. And the reason why they do that, I think, is because it masks the fact that they're not where they want to be in life. Their mind's not right. Their money's not right. So the drinking, the smoking, the partying, that's just something more as to kill time. And this is another factor that a lot of people, I feel, fall into, as far as excuses of why their money and why their mindset is not where it needs to be.
Yeah, they're just coping.
Mm.
It's like a lot of people don't know what to do. They're not where they want to be. They know what happened. They know how it happened. They don't like it. Most of the time, they don't know what to do about it. And most of the time, they have a kind of a entitlement mentality.
Mm.
It's like they want things to change, but they really want somebody else to put in the work.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's where they go wrong. That's where they go wrong, because only you can determine how successful you're going to be by putting in, the work that you need to put into getting to where you want to be in life. No one else is going to, do that for you. You need to take initiative alone of yourself to do something like that.
Yeah, see a lot of people they just it's just where the smoking and the drinking and getting high comes in that because that's it is a time waster. You're right about that. But we got people out here where it's like they some of them just don't want to put in the work, man. That's what I think it is most of the time. You
Mm.
know, it's like I know some people had a good start. They had a good start, man. The parents, set them up or whatever, and they had a good start, but it just fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, and but that's also. I mean, I sort of feel like the path to success is not always going to be easy. So you can be set up for a good start, but you got to determine your finish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So things happen. You just have to be able to take it upon yourself and be like, hey, listen, this is what happened. This is what I'm going to do to fix the problem, to keep going in the direction that I need to go. But you're right. A lot of people, stuff happens and they're really ready to give up.
Yeah, I think the underdog has an advantage over the people that were set up, in my opinion, because the underdog feels like he don't got nothing to lose anyway. So right. I don't got no other option. I don't got a lot of options like these other people have. So he or she feels like, this has to work. Something has to work. And quitting is not an option. So that's why I think the underdog has an advantage over the privilege or the person that was set up or the rich kid or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I definitely, I definitely agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of people that, if they, that are the underdogs that, if they had, and that's the thing too. You see, a lot of the underdogs, like if they had that help, if they had that assistance that the people that were fortunate to have their whole life, they would be able to make these crazy power moves. And it's like the people that are privileged, they don't even realize how privileged they are.
No, they don't. They don't. And that's why this country has the problem that it has today. Because you have a certain group of people that had a head start over everybody else, and the rest of the people, they're not working with nothing, very little, if anything, right? All the average person that I roll with, all they didn't come from, they had no trust fund or none of that shit. And so all we got is wit, charm, charisma, emotional intelligence,
yeah,
and skills, a certain skill set. That's basically all we got, really.
Yeah, you
and
gotta.
Some people don't have that. They don't have that. That's how it is in America, man.
Definitely. I mean, I hear you. You gotta work with what you have. And like you said, everybody's not as fortunate as the next person. But at the end of the day, if you want something bad enough, if you want success, you'll do it. Like Shark Game said in his other video, you gotta breathe, you gotta live, breathe, sleep, and eat success. That has to be everything on your mind all the time.
That's it. Just like, let's use Tom Brady, for example.
All right.
He look at film probably 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? When the kids go to sleep, he's looking at film at home. There's no days off. You can take time, you can take a break, but there's no days off. I can bet you he's always studying something. If he's not throwing the ball, he's studying something, or he's working on his footwork, or something, or talking to somebody about football, something, And if you want to be great at anything, you have to work on it consistently, like repetition, over and over and over again. That's what it is.
Exactly. Because that's it. And Tom Brady, he's a great example. You know what I mean? My opinion, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And to get to that level, like you said, like you have to live that. You have to breathe. Your whole mentality you have to tell yourself you're the best every single day when you wake up. I'm the best. I got this. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna prove it to everybody.
Yeah, you can't you just can't play on that type of level in any area and consistently be like that. It just doesn't. You can't. It just doesn't work out like that. You know.
Exactly. It doesn't just happen.
No, it's no luck. There's no free lunch out here.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's like some people think, you know, there's overnight success. Overnight success is usually 10 years, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
Is
like
start game too? Like as far as business and things going, like your first 5 years of owning your own business, you're not gonna make any money really.
first 5 years. I'm okay. The first, it took me 4 years to make my first $100 online.
Mm.
It took me 4 years, and
Wow.
and I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. I thought I knew what I was doing, but you really see the problem is you can read all the books you want, you can go to all the seminars and conferences all you want, but we learn by doing. We don't learn by reading books and I don't know, sitting there on the couch listening to what somebody's saying. We learn by doing. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't read the book, you shouldn't watch the videos, or you shouldn't look at the DVDs. But if you really want to learn how to do something, you got to get in the game. That's what it's all about. You know, it's like, and this goes for anything. I don't care what it is. You know, if you want to learn how to get the girls, you got to go out there and get in the game. You got to talk. You got to do something, say anything. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you screw up, well, who cares? You know, you're never gonna see them again anyway.
Right. True. And I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's how it is with anything.
Mm-hmm. And I think like you know, as far as when you were saying, you know, the books and the videos, they're not gonna you know, be able to do it for you. I sort of look at it as like, you know what I mean? You know, the books, the videos, whatever, that's like putting the gas in the car, you know what I'm saying? But you still got to drive the car, you know what I'm saying? It's just giving you that extra, that boost. It's getting you started, you know, you still got to put in the legwork, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
yeah.
The funny thing is, it's an ongoing thing. The learning, getting better, it doesn't stop. You see, a lot of people make the mistake. They think it's like going to college for 4 years and you graduate. It doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is an ongoing thing here. That's why I say it's like it has to be like a lifestyle. It has to be a part of who you are. You know, how you live, how you roll. You know, it's kind of like if you want to learn, if you want to be a good listener, if you want to be a good speaker, a good talker, it has to be an ongoing thing. You know, just I use myself as an example. I'm like, I consider myself to be a very good listener and a good speaker, but I'm always trying to learn to get better every day, every week.
Definitely.
I never get to a point where, hey, you know, this is as good as I'm gonna get. I never got to that point. And everybody else that I know, they're the same. They never got to a point where it's like, hey, you know, I don't gotta practice no more. I don't gotta, you know, get better at doing this anymore. It's not like that at all, you know.
Nah, and I'll use myself too as an example. You know, like going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I go to the gym, you know, 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly doing something to work out. It's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like if I don't do that, you know, I don't feel like myself. I like to read a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, right now I'm in some classes and stuff for work. So it's like, you know, I'm reading and I like speaking just like Shark Game does. You know what I'm saying? It comes second nature.
Hey, what kind of books you been reading lately?
Oh man, what kind of books? I've been reading a lot of books, man. A lot of books. I got the this Pathfinder book. This is all policy insurance stuff. I got
Oh,
this
okay.
book I'm reading. This I was just reading the homeowners insurance before you got here, and I got another another auto book. So I'm studying, man.
So how,
I'm
how
on.
long are you going to be in class for work?
The class hasn't started yet. I'm actually getting a head start. Class is going to start probably in another, I think, month or two. So I was able to get some of these books from people at work, and I just, I've already started reading. So when the class comes, I'm ready. That's what I mean. Now you got to be ready to go. So it's like
Yeah.
second nature,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So yeah, I'm always
Exactly.
reading, man. Always reading.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, Sharp Game, you can contest to this as well. Reading it really it enhances your vocabulary and your mindset. If you see how me
Yeah.
and Sharp Game like talk to each other like this, like these are from guys that read a lot, guys that you know what I mean. Their minds like not everybody can just sit here like Sharp Game does and talk like this and give you these
Yeah.
content.
That's true. A lot of people don't realize that. The one of the fastest ways to speak better English is to read books in English a lot.
Hmm.
A lot of people that
Yeah.
come from other countries, maybe English is not their first language. And I told them, I said, hey, if you want to learn how to speak better English, read books in English a lot. That's going to sharpen your vocabulary much
Hmm.
faster than going to a English class. You
Yep.
know?
That's true, and you learn a lot too. And this goes to what I'm saying, getting your mind right. When you're reading and enhancing yourself with knowledge that you didn't know. Like I'm always on the quest to learn new things. You know what I'm saying? And just reading and even listening to the videos Sharp Games giving you guys are learning new things all
Got
the
to.
time. I am too,
You kind of
constantly from
have
Sharp.
to. I think.
Mhm.
I think the cost of living in these towns is so expensive today. Look,
Oh
if
man.
I said in the previous video, I said, look, if you're the type of person that come home, work 5 days a week, and come home and turn on the television and start eating and don't do anything else, you're not going to be able to live in these big cities.
Oh
It's,
no,
it's, it's
definitely not.
become it's become so ridiculously expensive. It's like, come on.
Hmm.
You just
Atlanta,
can't you just can't afford to do that anymore today.
no,
Not with one income.
no
That's not
way.
going to cut it. You're going to be home all the time.
Hmm. And I didn't know how hard Atlanta was. Like, I mean, when we think of Atlanta up here in like up north, like Rhode Island, we hear Atlanta, we're thinking party, strip clubs. We're thinking, you know what I mean. So like the fact that that's how like the other two videos you went into talking about Atlanta, how to survive Atlanta and why not to be in Atlanta. Like I was like, wow. I was like, man,
Let
that's
me tell you
it's
something, man. Most people ain't never been to them strip clubs here. There's people that's been here much longer than me. They ain't never been to none of them clubs. them
I bet.
shit's expensive, man. I'm
Mm,
telling you. So that's why people don't go. Number one, them shit's expensive. Number two, a lot of these guys are married, and they probably their wife don't want them to go out there, and it's like the distance. Like most of these places, I mean, it's going to take you about 45 minutes to get there. So the ride back at night, see, people don't want to take that chance, especially if they've been
mm.
drinking.
Oh yeah.
Because this town is I'm telling you, I've never met so many people with DUIs here. Damn,
Yeah.
it's like an epidemic here, man. I
Man,
mean, it's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
I mean, it's like getting a DUI here is like a sport. It's not a big deal here because so many people already got them previously. So
Hmm.
if you ask somebody, "Hey, ever got a DUI?" They, "Oh yeah, I got one 2 years ago, 5 years ago. I
That's
got two of them."
crazy.
Like, so you
Man,
can't
that
really have you can't really have a good time like that
Mm.
It's like it's really very difficult to have a good time like that when you have to think about, hey, I might get pulled over on the way back home, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So a lot of people just don't take the chance. They just stay home, man. You know. And plus it's expensive anyway. So
Yeah.
that's just what it is here.
I mean, my thing with Atlanta is, I guess my perception on it. I mean, I guess I was even wrong about it. I thought it was cheaper, you know, in Atlanta to live like the houses and
Shit.
stuff rather than like
Hell
up
no.
here.
Hell no. This shit's expensive, man. This is
That's
probably
crazy.
one of the most expensive places I've lived. It really
Yeah.
is. You know, this is of course it's not high like New York, New York City. It's not high like that, but it's up there.
Mm, I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
and you
Man.
and you can't. I didn't talk about this in the videos, but I would never raise kids here. Hell
Mm,
no. This is
mm,
the worst place to raise kids. The schools is all jacked up here,
mm.
and it seems like the way they got things set up around here, you know, they got 7 counties, right?
Yep.
And and it seems like the best schools are in the rich areas, and
Right.
not
Right.
and not in the areas where people mainly work 9 to 5 jobs. Them schools are still jacked up. So it's like,
Terrible.
so if
That's
you
terrible.
so if you pretty much have to send your kid to private school, and them shits is like 10 to 30,000 a year.
That's
So
ridiculous.
that, but you know, it's a lot of high schools here and a lot of elementary schools here, and they horrible. It don't matter
Mm.
what county it's in. So
That's
you,
that's that's rough.
and then you got
That,
to worry about the cops harassing your kids. That's another thing you got to worry about here.
yeah, how is that? It's bad down. The cops are bad down there, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mm-mm.
another thing you got to worry about, man. That's man, I would never have kids here and raise my kids here. Hell no. And I've heard
Yeah.
people talking about all this culture. I keep hearing that over and over. Culture
Mm.
this, culture that. Ain't no culture down here. That shit was over in the 70s and the 80s. That shit was over.
Mm.
That shit is gone. You know, I mean, if you go downtown, like in the underground area and um, parts of Decatur and on the west side, and a lot of the places that used to be out there, a lot of like businesses that used to be there, and if you go to like the West End area,
Mm-hmm.
man, that shit is over, man. Now
Yeah.
In the West End area, they're trying to revamp the area or whatever, but it ain't working. It
Wow.
ain't working.
That
But
I don't. There's certain aspects of the South like I don't miss. Like I said, I moved from South Carolina to Rhode Island. Before that, I lived in Tennessee, and I mean I remember. I mean back then, just I remember standing outside waiting for the school bus, and you drive by, you see the Confederate flags and the horns and all that other stuff. Like I was like, wow, like you know,
oh man, yo, up north ain't no better.
nah, I'm not. Listen, listen. Listen, Shark Game. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Up here compares nothing to like down south, man. The stuff that like I had witnessed down. I'm not like I said. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I'm not. I got love for all my people down south and whatnot, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying the tension is a lot like intense down there than it is up
Oh yeah,
here.
that's true. Yeah, that's
That's
true.
what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Hmm.
up north they tend to be passive.
Oh yeah, we're chilling up here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the difference. But down south it's kind of like it's everything is understood. It's like it's like an understanding, you know. So that's pretty much the difference. It's just a different mentality, but it's really the same shit though. It really is. But yeah, I guess I kind of grew up. I grew up in South Carolina, so I grew up with the understanding where it's like, hey, y'all stay over there and we stay over here. We ain't got no problems. It was like that,
Yeah, but now you come up. That's what I'm saying. But then you come up here, and it's everyone's together. There's no sides. It's just like everyone's in one big like, what I mean? Like,
well, you know why that is? That got started like that because it had to be. It had to be like that because all the banks was up north. That's where all the money was at. So it kind of had to be like that because that's where most of the jobs was at. Because you remember, like back in the day, a lot of people left the South and went to the North.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to be like that. Maybe a lot of people didn't want it that way. But these corporations was like, hey, this is what it is. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can even go further. I mean, not even to get like all historical and everything. You can go back to slavery time coming up. You know what I mean? So it's just like you can go back a long way with it, man.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how it. Back then the money used to be in the South, but when slavery was over, all the money went up north. So that's how that happened. But check this out: it's going back in reverse now. Those companies are coming back down south, and a lot of jobs are coming back down south.
That's true.
Yeah, they say history always repeats itself,
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Getting back to also what we were talking about before, as far as getting your mind right and then being able to get your money right too. I think one thing that a lot of people don't do, Short Game, and I think we talked about this in another video, is really taking the time to reflect on themselves. I think to get your mind straight, you gotta be by yourself for a little while.
Oh man. Well, you hit it on the head with that one. Look, this is what has happened. Religion and politics have brainwashed people in this country. Because it teaches people to always look outside themselves. There's some Messiah that's going to come down and save them. There's always some politician that's lying to them. And if you go to church, they tell you pray. Yep. So that's what's happened. That's with the help of politics and religion. Oh man, everyone looks elsewhere. It can't be me. Look in the mirror. Oh no, it's not my fault. Like, come on, some of it has to be your fault. God damn. I'm not saying all of it's your fault because you can't help who raised you and how you grew up and where you grew up at. But come on, if you're 35 and you're still blaming your parents, look, that's happened. That was a long time ago.
Yep, that's true. That's water underneath the bridge.
Yeah, your parents, they did the best they could. They did the best they could. That's just what it is. If you don't like something, if you don't like how you grew up, well, your job is to make sure the next generation is better. That's what it is.
Exactly.
You can blame. How long are you gonna blame your parents and blame your family?
And that right there goes into that. This goes into tie about being able to pass things down to your kids and things. This is another key example of why getting your mind right, which getting your money right, equivalents to a better lifestyle for you and your family. Because once you get your mind right, your money right, you'll be able to pass down, money and just fortune to your kids. You'll be able to give your kids,
Yeah.
the life that they could have. You always want to give your kids a better life than you had. So that, like I said, that's another thing too. A lot of things, nowadays, a lot of parents are not able to pass down things to the children or anybody because they don't have anything to pass down because they never had their stuff together, their money right, their mind right, none of that.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you can pass insurance money down. You know,
mm,
like
yeah,
something as simple as that. Just insurance. I mean, at least have the funeral covered. And I
get a
know,
life policy.
yeah, and I know most jobs they cover. They give like $10,000, some shit like that. Most
Mm-hmm.
jobs. At least have the funeral covered, man. They don't leave that burden on your family like that. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people when they passed away, man, the family had to scrap money together, and that's too much, man. I mean, it's one thing, your family's grieving and everything, and you left the burden on them. They don't got no money to bury you and all kind of shit, man. So you know, it's something simple as just having an insurance policy helps a lot.
Oh
You know,
yeah, and working in the insurance business, I'll say this. A lot of times, when we're talking to customers and we tell them like, hey, maybe you should think about opening up a life policy. Putting some money. A lot of people, they don't want it, or they got to think about it. But at the end of the day, what's there to think about when something happens? And like Sharp Game says, funerals are expensive. You're talking 5, 10, $15,000. And someone's got to come up with the money. Your family member's going to cost, and now they're struggling. Now they're in debt. When in reality, you could have gotten a life policy maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, put maybe $50 away a month. And you know what I'm saying? It would have covered, your expenses over
that's shit.
whatever.
It's less than
Mm-hmm.
that now.
Yeah.
Shit, it should
Yeah.
be like Them should be like I got like military insurance, like life insurance. That shit is like $7 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Well, you can put up to how much you want in it, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not
Not
even
even
that.
expensive. It's not even expensive as it used to be anymore.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I mean, goddamn, man, they make it easy today. I remember
Yeah.
when my mom was paying life insurance like shit, like 30 years ago. That shit was like $50, $60 a month.
Wow.
So that today, man, they make it easy. I mean, it's $7 a month. That's $7 a month. Damn, that's it. I just
Yeah,
paid it all
exactly.
up. I just paid it all up front. You just get it over with. you know. But
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people, they don't, they don't want to think about dying one day. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with the life insurance thing. They just don't want to think about it because it's like it's hard to imagine, especially when you're young. I think that's where a lot of that comes from.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you with that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's definitely something that needs to be thought upon. And like I said, a lot of the time, like you said, it's a lot of younger people that they're really, I'm only 25, 26, I don't really need it. But once when they start to get a little bit older, I feel like that's when they, a lot of people start being like, okay,
Yeah,
hopefully they'll be like, okay, maybe I should do something like this. Or once they start to have their own family.
yeah, that's true. When they start having their own family, a lot of them do change. They'll be like, okay, maybe it's a good idea. But
Mm-hmm.
my job is giving away for 10,000 for life insurance or whatever, and then they'll get some other type of additional insurance. So you're right. Most of them do change their mind once they have kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I just think that we live in a a time today where, I think we need to focus more on uh, financial empowerment. We need
Exactly.
to empower ourselves much more today than anything, and it has to be. We need to focus more on group economics more than it's not good just to be on the island of your own. It's like the one man show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's see. Let me tell you the problem with that. If you're on the top, if on top of the mountain, and you making all the bread, and you're by yourself, see, you become a target then, an easy target. See, that's the problem with that. So it's like let's take somebody like Floyd Mayweather. He's a good example of it. Now
Okay.
everyone knows he's what he's accomplished and everything. It's not a big secret. Everyone knows he's in the real estate, all kind of investments, tech, whatever,
Yeah. Money
boxing,
back.
whatever. Yeah. But now he looks out for a lot of people, no doubt about it. Some of these women, I think some of these women that live with him, I think they're a bunch of, I,
There's
I,
something other. They're there for the fun. They're there for the ride.
I think some of these women he need to kick them out of his house. That's just my opinion, But
Yeah.
I know somebody that I met someone here in Atlanta that actually know him personally. And
Oh
he
wow.
said Floyd is actually a nice guy. He said when the camera's off, he doesn't act like that. He said he does
Mm.
that to promote the brand, promote the fights or whatever, what have you. So he said Floyd is a very giving person. He'll look out for you. If whatever he can do to help you, he'll help you if he knows that you're serious. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
No.
but the problem is who has his back? That's the problem. Who has his
Mm.
back? I don't see anybody with any clout that's really behind him. See, that's the thing. You know,
Mm.
that's the problem with being on the island, being the one on the island by yourself. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying, so to speak.
Now, so are you saying like more as far as like having like I don't want to say like investors, but just like a strong, solid like support team behind you. I know he has the Mayweather fighting and all that stuff, but that's not really behind him. He's behind that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he got the money team. I don't know who's really a part of that, to be honest.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
it's not. It's no one that's well known, and
Like is
maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe he do have someone in the background that really has his back, but
yeah.
it doesn't look like.
Mm.
And the reason why I said that because you remember when he had the little incidents with maybe when he went to jail, the county jail for what a couple days or maybe
Yeah,
overnight or something like. I think it was like for a week or whatever.
a couple of days. Yeah.
Situations like that, it should have never happened.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're definitely
It
right.
should have never happened. I mean, there's some of these celebrities that been in all kinds of bullshit. They got caught doing all kinds of shit, but they never went to jail. And the reason
Mm.
why they never went to jail because once the cops found out who they was, they immediately let them go.
True.
Because they knew who was behind them. They was afraid that hey, whoa. That's Paris Hilton. She just a good example. And
Mm-hmm.
she done got caught with dope so many times.
So many times.
But once now they actually took her downtown one time, some small town, somewhere in the Midwest. And once they found out who she was, they was like, oh no, oh shit. No, we're gonna let her go.
Yeah,
You
you're
know what
free.
I'm
You're free to
saying?
go. Mm-hmm.
Because it's because of the Hilton brand. You know, once they found out who she was, they're like, oh no, we don't want no
Mm-hmm.
problems in our department. You know, it's the fear that they have. You know, so it's like that's why I said this world is run by power and
Mm-hmm.
influence and money,
Yep.
but you can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
it,
Exactly.
it's gonna be you're gonna be off. You're not gonna be balanced.
No, you're definitely right. And I feel like another thing too, Shark Game, of why some of these celebrities might not like Mayweather have these, so-called support system or people that have their back is because at the end of the day, they might not want it. He probably feels like he doesn't need to have it. No one needs to have his back. He's got his own back. He's got all the money. He's Mr. Untouchable. So I mean, it could be a case where it's like he chose it. He just doesn't care. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't need anybody.
Well, maybe he didn't have a choice.
That's true.
Maybe he had a choice.
Yeah.
You know, because boxing, it's not like they get a lot of sponsors.
Yeah. I mean, he's not P. Diddy. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you know.
no. And even Diddy, uh,
That guy's something else.
you know, everyone that get closest to him, he just destroyed them.
Yep. Got that Diddy curse.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know what's up with that, but it's just something.
That bad
You
boy
know,
touch.
either they, I don't know, man. It seemed like either they go to jail, they die, they convert to Muslim, Islam. I don't know, man. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
you know, I don't know, man.
But
That's
yeah,
just like
man.
that's just like some. It's just certain people have bad energy. You know that's all it is. You know that's all it
Hmm.
is.
No, it's true. It's true. You can't be around everybody. You know what I mean?
No,
That's why you got to be selective of who you're around and who you associate with, and you do business with. What's that saying, Star Game? I think I said it to you one time. What was it? You only, or maybe you said it. I said it to you, one or the other. But you're only gonna be as successful as the people that you talk to for no reason.
no. I think I always say you're only as strong as the people that you have around you.
Oh, okay. That was the one I says. Yeah, that's what I say. You're only gonna be as successful as the people that you talk to for no reason.
Yeah,
So if you're around,
that's basically the same thing. Yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah. That's just what it is,
exactly.
man. You know, I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So it's like if you're the smartest person in the room, well, that's not good. You know, you
hmm
gotta
You in
expand.
the wrong room.
Yeah, you gotta get out of that room. You gotta
Hmm.
expand your horizon.
Yep. Yep. That's you got to be around. That's how I said it before. I like to talk and be around people that are doing better than me because it inspires me and you learn more. You can't learn more from people that aren't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? They don't know anything. You know
Yeah, it's
that.
like, but the problem. You know why a lot of people don't get around people that are much more successful than them? Because it's
Intimidation.
uncomfortable. It's
Hmm.
uncomfortable. That's what it is. And we like people like being comfortable all the time. Everything has to be everything has to feel good. If it
Yeah.
doesn't feel good, it's like, oh man, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know, man. That's how most people are.
Hmm.
Everything has to feel, especially women. Everything has to feel good. You
Yep.
know, just tell me what I want to hear. Some good stuff.
Leave out all the rest. I don't care
Yeah,
about the rest.
we can talk about the other stuff later. But right now,
Oh man, it's true though, Shark Game, and I gotta say though, instead of feeling uncomfortable, I would say uncomfortable along with intimidated, because I also feel like a lot of people, like most people, when they're around people that are doing a lot better than them, a lot more successful, it is uncomfortable for them, but it's also it makes them feel like they're not looking at it as the way, like, these people are doing good, like this is inspiring me. They're looking at it like, oh, they're just flashing their stuff around. They think they know
more
everything.
jealousy.
They feel
That's how I look
insecure.
at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look at it like they're jealous. Yeah, it's more
Yep.
of a, they don't, um, they just don't like being around certain people that are doing better than them in most cases because they're jealous. They're jealousy and envy. You
Exactly.
know, and some people, I've heard some people, men and women, say they were envy of somebody. I said, yo, man, that's not cute. You should never
Yeah.
be envious of anybody.
Mm-mm. Nah,
That
not at all.
that ain't cute at all.
No,
But
not at all.
they didn't think so until I told them, man. They didn't think anything was wrong with that. I was like, no, that's not cool. You
It's
never should
not.
be envy of another man or woman, really. I mean,
Nope.
you can aspire to be like them, or you know um you can get them props, get them clout, or but
If you're
envy
smart,
them,
yeah, that's.
no, that's
Mm-mm. If you're smart, though, if you're smart, you'll watch how they move and try to follow in their footsteps, to try to get yourself to that level. That's what I do. I don't ever look at someone's stuff and someone that's doing better and be like, man, they think they're the shit and, blase, blase,
yeah.
whatever. I look at it and I'm like, man, like, I want that car one day. I want that house. Let me see how
Like,
he to get there.
he's such a show off.
Yeah. Yeah. He think he a high roller, he a baller.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of guys, boy, have a hard time in certain situations. If a guy, let's just take, uh, if there's one or two guys getting a lot of attention from women in a room,
Mm-hmm.
the other guys in the room secretly will have a problem with that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that a
That's a
lot
good
of
one.
guys see, that's where the term player hater comes from. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's like one of those things where the guys look at it like it ain't fair that one guy get all the attention. But I'm like, yo, I mean, I used to see guys do the same shit when I was younger. But
mm-hmm.
I looked at it like, shit, when I get older, I'll get there. That's how I looked at it. I mean,
I look at it, hey, it's just your turn.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I look at it like, I'm only fucking 18 and he's what, 25. I'm like, well, shit, he's older than me. He's supposed to have all the girls. That's how I
Exactly.
look at it. That's how I look at it. I never looked at it like from a competitive standpoint. I looked at it like, hey, shit, he's older than me, got more experience than me. Obviously, he know more than me. He knows something that I don't know. So, shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. But a lot of guys don't see it that way, man. They might even give you. There's some guys, they might even give you props. They might walk up to you and give you props, aspire to do whatever you're doing on some level, but they'll say, I really don't like it. But you know,
I get it, but I don't like it, but I get it.
yeah,
I understand. You
yeah,
know,
man. So
that's the real stuff, though, man.
and you don't even have to be more than one. It can be just one woman,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like some women will see you with just one woman, and some guys will see you with this one woman, and they be like, "Shit, that's supposed to be me with him." Or that's what the women say, and the guys
Yep.
say, "Shit, why she's with him?"
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how it
this
goes.
shit happened to me many times in a lot of
Mm.
different environments. Which when I'm in public, I don't really gonna be paying attention to motherfuckers like that. They can look all day long. It just don't touch me. We good to go. You know.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
other women that I'm around, they see it. So I'd be like, man, I don't care. I don't know any of these people anyway. So I be like,
Right.
I don't care. Because I look at it like this: people gonna judge regardless, and these people are not gonna help you to do anything 9 times out of 10. But they're going to judge, and they're not gonna help you. So I'm like,
No.
why should I even give these people 5 seconds of my time?
Exactly.
That's how
And you
I
probably
look at it.
them again either, Shark Game. These people that are hating, you know what I'm saying, when you walking in or wherever you're at, just casual meeting, or even people you work with or whatever, they're not gonna be in your life forever. So why does it matter? Huh?
Yeah, at people at your job. I mean, these are some of the. Oh my god! It, I know some people that have jobs. They actually think about what people say about them, or what they might think about them. I'm like, why? I mean, they're not going to help you do anything. I mean, so why even think about it? I mean, who cares? I mean, look, let's
Yeah,
say, look, once you quit that job or you get fired, whichever comes first, or get laid off, you're never going to see them again. Yeah, I mean, the chance of you seeing any of them again is slim to none.
exactly. It's
So,
true.
why? I mean, why waste time? It's just a waste of time, man. It
It
really
is.
is.
It is, and this is why the saying is, you gotta do what you gotta do for you. You can't be worrying about what anybody says. As long as you're happy with the person you're looking at in the mirror and the choices you're making in life and the people that are in your circle, that's all that matters. I don't care. Someone's always listen. If you're doing something right, someone's always gonna be hating on you. If no one's hating on you, then you need to wonder if you're doing something right.
Yeah, yeah. My dad used to tell me that. He said, if
Yeah.
nobody's talking about you, something's wrong. My dad
It's
used to
true
tell me
though.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
man.
this is why you got to get your mind right, man. You got to look at it like, look, people aren't really into you like that. I mean, there's a lot of people walking around. They think they're special. I'm like, you're
Mm-hmm.
not special to anybody but your parents. That's it.
Exactly.
Anybody else, you're only special if they tell you you're special. Maybe you've done
Exactly.
something to change their life. Maybe you saved their life, like physically. Like I'll use my uncle. He's a special guy. He pulled a lady out of a burning car, and as soon
Mm.
as he pulled a lady out of the burning car and basically dragged her across the road, the car went up in fire. So he's special. He's a special guy, because he saved a lady's life. But
Definitely.
until you've proven that you're a special person, or somebody told you, you're not special to the rest of us. But you have a lot of people. You have a lot of people walking around here. They think that someone's supposed to treat them special by default, just because
Mm.
you're a woman, because you're from a certain type of family, because you got a certain type of job, because you got a vagina, and because your last name, or because you're not because of your nationality, all kinds of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and a lot of these people, they're getting a wake up call today because times have changed. It's changing. It ain't like the way it used to be.
Oh yeah.
It ain't like that no more. You know, it's like I remember when I was in the Navy, man,
Mm-hmm.
and I went in the Navy in 1996, and I got in 1999. You know, we basically went to the same port, same countries in 96 and 99.
Right.
And within that 3-year time frame, I could see things changing worldwide. Because you have to understand, in 96, we used to go to these countries, man, and white guys got the girls by default. I mean, they didn't really
Mm-hmm.
have to say anything, right? As soon as they
Right.
get off the ship, it's like, see you later, Lopez. It was like that. It
Yeah.
was really like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
1999 came around. Shit. When I got off the ship, peace, deuces, baby. that's when I said, this shit is changing. This shit is
Mm-hmm.
not the way it used to be. And I came back home and I think I turned on the television and I started looking at the news and I seen these women, they call themselves feminists at the time. They're fighting, they want women's rights and all this shit. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, uh-oh. this
I'm
shit,
changing.
this shit here is gonna change out here. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly by 2004, man, the whole landscape and of this society changed as far as women started getting more jobs, women started making more money, and you know, the divorce rate started going up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, you have to understand, it's like if you if a guy is got money and if he is attached or closer to most of the resources, you ain't gonna have no game.
Yep. That's true.
You ain't gonna have no game, right? But if when the women started getting rights, it started to shift. So it's like, okay, we're getting more opportunities now. We're making more money now. So and you know, it's kind of like we're almost competing against each other in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, if I can control now a small percentage of these women, well, they're going to sit back and be like, okay, if I can control my own finances, I can do what the hell I want to do.
Exactly.
And that's when you started seeing like these other movies started coming out, and like Hollywood started pushing out these other movies, and it's more women's rights.
Yep. Yep.
and
That's
then
how it goes.
and then you started seeing these books like they stopped coming out with these books being Men Off Mars and what's the name of them uh I forgot the guy's name. He came out with this kind of watered down lame book basically talking about dating and between the sexes and everything. Because what happened is a lot of white women mainly was like they want a certain type of guy now. A guy
Mm.
he got to step his game up now. And it never was like that. It never was like that back in the day. It wasn't like that 20 years ago when I went in the Navy. It wasn't like that. And but the only problem with that, see, the more rights, the more options women have in this society, it turns into chaos.
Mm. Hey, it's true.
Yeah,
It's definitely true.
it turns into chaos. That's the only problem with that. See, it's like I'm all for people being able to do what they want to do, but I ain't trying to have nobody control me, man. I ain't down with all that shit.
Nah,
No,
nah, I agree with you
that's going
too.
too far. That's going too
That is
far.
way too
See
far.
what they're trying to do today? They're trying to destroy the traditional relationship, the traditional marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and they've done it. It
Yeah,
is
look at the
destroyed.
divorce rate, Sharp Game. Look at the divorce rate.
Yeah, they've done it. It's
All
destroyed.
time now.
Yeah, they've done it.
That's relationships are nothing like they used to be back in the day. You know what I mean? Like the vows people take, like I've stated before. I mean, it doesn't nowadays. Those vows don't mean anything, man. It's
Nah,
all
that
about
shit.
all about the show, the big wedding, and the party. That's what it is. It's about the
Yeah,
party.
yeah. It's like a party. It's like
Mm-hmm.
showmanship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, people are getting married and they're having a kind of like a I don't know what the fuck to call this shit, man. It's like a pre-wedding ceremony. Then they
Mm-hmm.
have a pre uh family ceremony. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then they have the wedding. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
And then they walk out. Now we're $45,000 in debt, starting our life together.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
like, yeah,
crazy.
I can't make all this shit. I'm gonna make the wedding. That's it. But I'm not going to all this other shit. I mean, it's like I don't understand. why
It's
you gotta
crazy.
have why you gotta have two ceremonies before the wedding? I mean, like
Mm. It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
And the
Yeah,
debt though start game is ridiculous. Between the rings, the wedding ceremony, and the honeymoon, like before you could be some people probably like $80,000 or more in debt. Uh,
yeah.
all said
So
and
I'm like,
done.
and then they probably don't be married no more than 2 to 5 years.
I was just
Tops.
gonna say that too.
Two
And
to
now
five
guess
years
what?
tops.
Start getting so now guess what? They spent all that money. The marriage only lasted 2 years, and now they split up and they're both gonna be paying that debt back. Which is
Shit, so I'm like,
crazy. Most people,
and
yeah.
and, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't know why some people just be getting married. I don't know. I mean, I don't even think they really be thinking that far, to be honest.
No, nothing's planned nowadays, Shargan. We both know everyone's here and now. They need it
Yeah,
fast. That's the
yeah.
kind of mentality it is. Nothing's thought long term. People aren't sitting down
No, they
really
don't.
taking that
No.
serious.
Yeah, the forest they probably think is the wedding. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after the wedding's over, okay, where do we go from here? I'm like, what?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
plan to be together. You can't just wing it.
Don't leave it by chance. It's never going to work.
No.
And that goes that you know what though, Shark Game though, that goes with anything in life though too, not just marriage. Like you got to plan out what you're trying to do. You got to have some sort of plan in anything that you're trying to do.
Got to. You gotta have a game plan when it comes to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're always gonna have to make adjustments along the way, no doubt about it. But to just act like to try to wing it, that ain't gonna work.
No.
But here's the trap. Here's the trap that a lot of people get into. Reason why they don't get started because they think they're supposed to have all the answers in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
They be
No.
like, oh, it's a bad time. It ain't never gonna be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the trap that a lot of people get into. And then you have a lot of these dream killers out here where, they'll go tell people what they're trying to do.
Yep.
and then knock it down. They'll be like, ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. My my uncle did that. He failed. Come on.
But
So
that goes back to what I'm saying about how, you know, when you're marrying somebody at this point, this is why marriage can't be rushed, Sharp King. You really got to know the person that you're marrying. You got to know their mindset, like where their mind is, their heart is, and all that. Because if you know all that ahead of time when you get married, I mean, yeah, you're gonna find out some things along the way, like you said, but a lot of the things are going to come out by default of over time of getting to know somebody, you know?
yeah. And the thing about most guys I know that got married, the first time they didn't get it right, bro. They didn't get it right until the second time. Yeah. Most guys I know, man, that's married today, it's their second wife. And they
Wow.
got it right the second time. The first time, they didn't get it right because they were young and didn't have enough life experience, and they went into it for the wrong reasons. So that's part of the reason why it just didn't work. It just didn't work out. But it's like the wife wanted one thing. The wife basically was holding him back. He wanted his focus. Most guys, their focus is to earn more money so they can take care of the family. That's most guys' mindset. The
Exactly.
wife, on the other hand, she wants to be safe with everything. She wants to be just work the job, come home, keep working, we'll be okay. Oh no, 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 that ain't enough.
No, exactly. And that's why you got to have a good team to level you out.
Yeah, see, if you're with somebody that's like that, you're gonna have a very hard time. Y'all gonna be going back and forth, and eventually, they had to get rid of them. Say, hey, I mean, eventually, they just got fed up and be like, look, you need to find somebody else that's like that. That's just not me, you know.
Yeah, and this is why you gotta find someone that's compatible, someone that's down, that like you really need to find someone that if that's the kind of, if you're a mover and a shaker like me and Char Game are, we need a girl that's a mover and a shaker, that's about, you know what I'm saying, has the same kind of mindset that we do, that wants to make money, understands that it's not gonna be all cupcakes and going out all the time. Like, we're gonna grind out and make this money. There'll be good times, but we gotta work hard to get to get to that point. It can't be like every week going out and spending all this money just to keep you happy. And that's another thing too, Sharp Game. A lot of people don't understand when they get married and things like that. It's like you're gonna see this person's good sides and you're gonna see their bad sides. And I think a lot of the time, like, people haven't been together long enough to see the other side of the other person, because they're rushing into a marriage in a year, almost two. It takes a good couple years, Sharp Game, to know someone like that. I wouldn't be getting married to anyone unless I knew them for at least a good 5 years, man, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say 5 to 7 years.
Yeah,
it takes a long time. I remember I said that in my earlier videos. It's like
yeah, you did say something like that.
And some woman was like, "Hell no."
Yeah.
She said, "I don't take no 7 years and get to know anybody."
Yeah, let's ask her what she got now, Sharp Game. Let's see if she's married. But yeah, no,
you know what? I understand why she would say that. I get it. From her point of view, she's right. Because she wants things to go the way she wants it to go. Because see, one thing about women are very advanced socially compared to guys. See, women will They play ball. Women will use almost anything to accomplish what they want.
Oh
Women
yeah.
will use stereotypes to get what they want. I mean, I've used certain stereotypes to manipulate certain situations. I've done it too. But women will take it a step further, sometimes too far, in my opinion. But see, they will use stereotypes to get what they want and to manipulate the situation, you know. And a lot of guys, I think, don't understand that sometimes. That's kind of like this is why a lot of guys they think if they think if they're having a conversation with a woman sometimes they automatically think she likes them. I said not
Yeah.
all the time, brother.
Nope.
Nah, she might just be a friendly person.
Exactly.
That don't necessarily
Exactly.
mean I mean, people can talk to you all day. That don't mean nothing.
True.
Really, you know.
It's definitely true. And I mean, me personally, like, and it's if you go around thinking that, I mean, everyone's supposed to like you, I mean, that's I don't know, that kind of thinking isn't really practical to me. You know, me personally, I don't really care. I'm just gonna do me, but yeah, you're right. Not everybody you meet is gonna like what you have to say. You know what I mean? That's just how life goes.
Yeah, you know. It's, plus, you know, over here, you know, we got the double standards. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one person can say one thing, it's great. The other person say something, it's like they looking at you funny style. Like, sit down.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's like, wait, he said the same thing. Nah, but you said it in a different. We don't like the way you said it. We like the way he
Yeah,
said it.
yeah. And then you got some people give certain people the benefit of the doubt depending on who they are. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. It's like that it's too much. There's too much going on. It's chaos in this country,
Mm-hmm.
really.
It's it is. It's chaos. It definitely is. It definitely is.
That's the best
Yeah.
thing you can do is stay in your lane. That's the best
Definitely.
thing you can do. Stay in your lane,
Mm-hmm.
do your thing, and
Yep.
don't let anybody stop you from doing whatever you want to do.
And worry about the money. Focus on the money. Get your money right. Everything else will fall into place by default. The women,
It always does.
oh
It
yeah,
always does every time.
mm-hmm.
It always
Keep
does every
a
time.
circle with them.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that's just what it is, man. You know, I don't think a lot of guys really understand that.
They don't shout game because a lot of people, a lot of dudes that I chop it up with and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'll chop up game with them, and they, you know, a lot of dudes they say, yeah, I never thought of it like that. You know, I never really thought of it like that. I guess I was going about it the
Yeah,
wrong way.
look. If you focus on the money and you focus on getting your life in order, ain't nobody gonna give you a hard time.
Nope,
Ain't nobody give you a hard time. You ain't gonna have to
not at
do a
all.
bunch of talking or convincing or negotiating and what? Please. And even if you meet a woman and she's trying to give you a hard time or she's very combative, just keep it moving. I mean,
Exactly.
you're gonna have so many options. You ain't gonna have time to be worrying about no one person.
And
It
you can't get your mind straight sharp game when you're worrying about somebody else or someone else giving you trouble and you're stuck around that person all the time. That's just gonna bring you down anyway. So
exactly,
you know,
exactly. You
yeah,
know,
man. Get your money right, and yeah, fella, put these girls onto some game, like Sharp Game said, man. You know what I mean? Y'all out here, put them onto some game. You know, they'll have a little more respect, and you know, not asking you for stuff all the time, and you know what I mean. That's another
well,
thing. I
that's
like.
another thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
another.
As
That's
I was
another
saying.
thing. A lot of these women, they ain't qualified.
Mm-hmm.
But you got some, you can usually tell real quick if she's open to what you have to say. You can usually, you can tell, you usually can tell real fast when it comes to that type of situation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's if she's in the 20s. But these women that's in the late 30s, 40s,
Nah.
it's a very small percentage of them.
Yeah. No, definitely. They're setting their ways, man. I said it before. They're setting their ways. At that point, mid-30s and up, like the way they are is how they're gonna be. You get someone like in their early 30s, late 20s or whatever, like she can listen to game. I could possibly work with that, but mid-30s and up, you're not really no.
They got so much baggage, man.
It's
Shit.
tough.
A lot of these women don't know if they're coming or going.
Well, and plus, y'all got to realize too, a lot of women that are like in their mid-30s or whatever, that they've been through so much, man. Like the way that they are, you're not gonna change it because they've already been through so much, and they're not willing to give you a real chance to really hear what you're trying to say. Because like, oh, I've heard this before. You're not the first dude.
It is possible, but it's gonna take a long time for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't get that way overnight. So, it's gonna take a long time, boy, to upgrade some of these women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of these women are broken. Damn. I mean, it's like, and I know a lot of women that's like this personally. It's like, and I like a lot of them, like just as a person, but I know I can't get close to this person. Hell no. Because as soon as they get too comfortable, they start saying shit, asking for shit. They're like, "You taking me out for my birthday? What?" I'm like, well, you my side chick? No. I'm like, what? No. So like that. It's like that. They get too comfortable, and then they'll, come up with some sob story of why they want me to come over. I'm like, what? Not coming over there?
Yeah.
No, I'm not coming over there. I'm not even into you like that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, but I mean, it's true, man. It's true, and I always say when it comes to women, man, women treat guys how they respect them. You know what I'm saying? If she's popping her mouth off at you, she don't respect you.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
That's when that relationship is pretty much over. That is over. I mean, if a woman is argumentative with you, y'all going back and forth, that relationship is over. Y'all don't have to y'all can still live together. But just know that this shit is over. And y'all should talk about it too. Don't just leave it, just don't keep it to yourself. You got a plan to get away from her. It's over. Once y'all start calling each other's name and cursing each other and yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And y'all, especially if somebody throw a blow, it's really over then. Because that's it just doesn't. That's the end. It's never going. Even if y'all live together, and try to work it out, and maybe y'all establish some type of relationship. But I can tell you this: I can guarantee that it's never going to be the way it used to be in the beginning. It's not happening. That ain't happening. Nope. No,
That's
not in
true.
America. Not in America.
That's true. Once the arguing and yelling and everything, like the name, you can
Yeah.
be like, "All right, I forgive you," but in the end, you're not forgiving that person. You're still looking at him
No.
sideways.
Even she'll more likely they'll revert back to a couple days go by, they'll go back to acting the same way. You know, so that's more of a respect thing, a lack of respect. Because when she go to work, she ain't acting like that. She on her P's and Q's.
Hmm.
Because I said this many times because she know that they'll help her little ass up out of there. I'm not gonna tolerate that shit at work.
No, definitely not.
She don't even act like that when she go to church.
It's true.
And
It's true though, John.
that's another problem. If you're a guy and if your woman looks up to the pastor of the church, and if your woman looks up to the boss at work, you got a serious problem.
Yep.
You got a serious problem. Because those two outside influences very strong. The pastor and the boss at work. So especially if she talks highly of them, the boss at work and the pastor, she speaks about them. I mean, she gets all googly glue inside. She's smiling, laughing.
Emotional.
She might be on the telephone talking to somebody, talking about the pastor. Man, I had a good time with Pastor, whatever his name is, or whatever.
Yeah.
The reason why you might have a problem is because if she thinks highly of them and she doesn't think that highly of you in the same manner, she'll do anything for them.
What's she gonna do for you?
If need be. Because it goes down at work. Everybody know this. Everybody know this, but no one likes to talk about it. It's like when these women get hired, they don't get hired just on their education and work experience. We know that ain't true. We know that ain't true. You know. But if you're a guy and you want a woman that's like that, you got some serious problems. You're gonna have to let her go eventually. Mm-hmm. For real. Yep. That's disrespectful right there.
Yeah, because she should be looking up to you. She shouldn't be looking up to other men. You know what I'm saying? When she's a male figure yourself.
Yeah, her focus is elsewhere.
That's true.
Yeah. A lot of older women, they're bad when it comes to that. Oh man. A lot of older women, when they get like late 40s, 50s, and 60s, they're bad when it comes to that shit, boy.
True.
I'm serious. They're bad when it comes to that shit, man. It's like they're not interested in the guy at home at all. I'm like, damn. They might take care of him. They take care of him, but
their interest is elsewhere.
Yeah. You know, I know a woman that's like that up here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're good friends. I know her. Well, I don't know her that well, but I know her somewhat well, I would say. Mm-hmm. And she's a designer, fashion designer. She's badass too. I mean, she's one of them designers like, shit, name them. She's like up there with them. Her design is like that. And she charged people $5,000-$10,000 for dresses and outfits. You know, so she make that paper. You know, but she ain't interested in what she got at the house.
Yeah.
You know, I think I kind of spoke about it in a previous video. She's one of the. I mean, she's a loving, caring, nurturing person. she'll support you, help you do almost anything if she likes you and cares about you. But I'm telling you, every once in a while, man, she gotta go to the swinger club.
Got to step out.
I'm like, yeah. When she first told me that, I was like, huh? You? She's like, yeah, I go every once in a while, or she'll go to like a private party. I'm like, okay, you know, what?
What are you gonna say?
How am I supposed to handle a situation like that?
Be safe.
What I'm gonna say?
You know, I don't know. I'd be safe, have fun. I don't know. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's crazy like, though, man.
Yeah, but if you see her, man, you'd be like, if you stay around her long enough, even if it's for like 2 or 3 hours, you'd be like, oh man, she seems so nice. And she is. But you got the freak. You got the freak inside her, boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But you know what? There's a lot of women out here that's like that.
There are a lot of women like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of women out here that's like that. You know, it kind of blows some guys' minds. It's just like, how the hell this woman can be so caring and nurturing, supportive. She care about the family. She got grandkids. She got a daughter, a son, and maybe a husband or a boyfriend at the house. How the hell can she participate in something like that?
Yeah. It's hard for people to accept, but hey man, that's the reality. You know,
yeah.
that's the reality.
And that's why a lot of guys have a hard time with women. Because it's like they want to see things the way they want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. They think their woman's gonna be, you know, just happy with them for the rest of their life. You know, they could never imagine, you know, oh, you know, after, you know, 5-10 years, you know, she wants to, you know, test the waters a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know some guys that's been married for a long time. They know their wife step out every once in a while. They know it. But it's kind of like one of those things where, what the hell are you gonna
do? I mean, ruin everything that they had together for years and years.
Yeah. You know? I mean, it's like, he was like, one guy was like, yo, they go to take a vacation overseas, her friend, and a sister. They go every year, one of these islands, for the past 6 years now. And they've been married 10 years. So he's like, yo, what I'm gonna do? I mean, he's like, I don't want to start all over.
Yeah. At that point, Shark Game, like, and see, that's the logic a lot of people don't have a hard time accepting. When you've been with someone for that long and you have all these assets together, it's like, do you throw it all away because, you know, they stepped out for a night, you know what I'm saying? Or as much as it sucks, you say, you know, all right, well, for the better cause, or I'll just step out and do my thing and have that understanding with each other. Or, you know, do you throw it all away? You know what I mean?
Because he said, look, it ain't no static in the household. You know, we get along good. The kids good. You know, we got assets and we investments together. He said, you know, I like her family. She like my family. He was like, yo, I can't. Fuck that. Yeah, but I agree with him. I mean, I can't. I mean, the marriage ain't all about. It really ain't about sex anyway. You know, let's just be honest. Really,
it's a business.
Yeah. You know, but see, if you go into it for the wrong reason, you ain't gonna be thinking like that. You're gonna get caught up all in your feelings.
Yep.
Yeah. And
It's true.
see, a smart woman that gets married, she already know, probably at some point, she already, first of all, she already know, a smart woman already knows the type of guy she's gonna get with anyway, before she even tied a knot with this guy. And
Yeah.
she already know at some point he probably gonna have another woman. And it ain't necessarily gonna be about sex. It might just be another woman for anything. Could be for business purposes, or it could be for, I don't know, entertainment or whatever. A smart woman
Exactly.
already know before they even got married what time it is. So she ain't gonna
Hmm.
be acting all crazy in the first place. She ain't gonna act
Exactly.
all crazy if a woman approach her on the street saying, "Hey, I slept with your husband," and she gonna be looking at him like, "Bitch, what are you telling me that for? You the side bitch."
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But yo, talking a majority of people don't. They could not even fathom that in their mind that would ever happen. And this is why I look at how the state of everything is. It takes a really strong people in general, couple, to even be able to just be like, okay, we're doing this for the sake of the kids. Like, I understand you're gonna step out, I'm gonna step out, but we're still a family, we're still together. That's so hard to come by, the mind, that kind of mindset from
Exactly.
people.
See, it has to be about the family first.
Exactly.
But see, a lot of these women, they don't put family first. They put themselves first. Even they put themselves even before the kids. So,
That's true.
it that's what the whole concept with marriage is about anyway. Family.
Hmm.
But somehow it kind of changed along the way. It became where it's like, you know, who's gonna make my life better?
Yeah,
Who's
it
gonna
turns into that.
who's gonna enhance my lifestyle? I'm like, what? What are you
Yeah,
talking
who
about?
makes me feel, better for the time being? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's when that comes into play.
yeah. And plus, we live in a pop pill society.
Oh yeah, that's shit. That's right.
You know,
Pop pills,
pop
smoke weed.
pills, smoking weed, and some people sniffing cocaine and
Oh yeah.
all
Oh,
kind of shit, popping mollies and
you know,
ecstasy and all kind of shit, man.
I don't
That
know how to do all that, man. I really don't, Shark Game. Like, I could never even do all that and then even think you're gonna try to be successful or get something done. Like, I don't
it
know.
ain't gonna work.
It's popping Molly talking about, all right, like I'm gonna go back to school or I'm gonna,
It ain't
you
gonna work.
know,
It
better
ain't gonna
myself.
look. The weed slows you down, man.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It
It
does.
slows you down, man.
Mm.
A lot of people don't realize it until they start to cut back on the weed. Then they'll be like, oh, okay. They see
Mm.
how the less weed they smoke, how much more productive they can be.
Yeah, you're sharp. You game sharp. Got that sharp game when you stop doing all that.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I mean, if you got the weed on you driving, you smell like weed. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Mm-mm.
I mean, unless you
You
live
have
in a
to.
unless you live in a state where it's legal, but where I live, it ain't legal. So
Yeah. No, same here. No. That's stuff, and that's just that. Like I said, you're doing all that smoking and drinking and stuff. Your mind's not right. First off,
no,
obviously smoking weed. So your mind's not right, and your money's definitely not right. You know what I
no,
mean? So
no. So it's like it's just gonna slow you down, man. You're gonna make mistakes. If you're not gonna you can't always be on top of things if you're abusing alcohol and drugs. It just can't happen.
No.
You know?
No.
Can't
Definitely
happen.
not.
It really can't.
Definitely can't.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a good time and everything, but there's a time for everything.
Everything's all right. Now I'm not gonna say everything, but certain things are okay in moderation. Once in a great while. It's just moderation turns into more frequently, which turns into constantly. So that's sort of the mindset of a lot of people. There's not really too much occasionally involved. It's more frequency that's goes into play when it comes into the drinking, smoking, and pill popping, and all that other nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you can't. It's hard to be great. It's hard to be the best you can be if you're high all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I know I can't. I don't do it. I can't do that stuff.
No, I know I can't do it. If I look at the times when I was doing a bunch of partying and drinking and smoking, you can't sleep right. You're not gonna. It's a different type of sleep. Number one, when you go to sleep, and you might. I thought I was on top of things, but the only problem is I still had the same reaction to certain things, but I anticipated a lot of stuff. I kind of like instead of I hesitated. That's what I'm saying. I hesitated, but if I was sober, I never would have hesitated. So that I didn't like that.
I hear you.
I didn't like the hesitation and the not being decisive on certain things.
Yeah, because you're not thinking with your complete mindset, your whole brain. You know what I'm saying? Your brain is sort of on a like when you're watching a video or whatever and it skips or it's lagging. There's a better word for it. Your brain's lagging. It's not sharp. It's skipping over things. So and like I said, some people argue and they say, nah, when I smoke weed, I'm way sharper than I am when I'm not. It energizes me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what kind of weed you're smoking, but I don't know any kind of weed like that.
I thought the same thing, but no, you're not.
No,
you're really not.
Not at all.
And plus, there's a different crowd that different quality of people that you attract once you party and smoking and drinking too. There's different types of people that you're gonna gravitate towards, or gonna gravitate towards you as well.
And it's not a good crowd. Most of the time, all the time, pretty much, it's not a good crowd.
Nah, most of the time, no, it's not. I realized once I slowed down, I don't meet most of those people anymore. Most of the people I meet are pretty much within the same alignment as me or a step above for the most part. Yeah, I don't run into the party heads that much. Not very, very seldom. And even when I do, we don't connect. It's kind of like we're cool. You're cool. I'm cool. I understand where you're coming from because I used to be there. I might be a little older than them, but it's like, hey, nice talking to you, man. Take care of yourself. That type of deal, Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I hear it, man. I hear it.
Man, we've been going at it for like 2 hours. Shit.
Damn, 2 hours. Well, I know you got some things to do, Shark Game, but before we get up out of here, I just want to pull up the your clothing your clothing site, which I want to say and the link, y'all, at the bottom of the description. If you guys click on, is it the Shark Game? What's the exact title? Shark Game? Shark Game Clothing or
if you go to chooseyourrelationships.com and click on the shop tab.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna get something pulled up, man. I'm gonna show you guys because I know Shark Game doesn't always plug the clothing, but I mean I was on here and I gotta show you guys. These got some good stuff on here. Let me get my my camera going. So man, so I was checking this out, y'all. He's got good stuff. So you know, for anyone, for men, women. So you got the hoodies right here, all different. Hustle for your last name. We got all this. So all different colors as well, going all the way down. We got the wizard game right here. You know, and these are well priced hoodies, man. This is quality stuff, guys. Definitely, for real.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, I was just checking out on my own. Shark Game didn't even ask me. I was asking him. I was like, man, I was just on here checking out the clothing. And then we got the t-shirts too.
Yeah.
Shark Game t-shirts right here. So a lot of clothing, all different colors. They got the white right here as well. You work out like myself, you know what I'm saying? You got the Shark Game collection, men's muscle shirts. So that's good. I like that too. The black and the white, that's sharp. And then too, you know, you got the kids and the babies too. I want to click on that too, real quick.
You gotta love the kids.
Oh yeah. And look, y'all going to school, y'all gotta get your stuff on. You know what I'm saying? For your books, you know, you're doing a little cooking and stuff right here. We got the cups. Everything, man. Come on, who doesn't need a water bottle too? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff on here, man. I was checking out. I know you guys got the what's that for? The iPhone 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The mouse pad. So look at. I know y'all got pecs too. So yeah, man. I just want to show y'all got to check that out, man. And on the bottom of the description of every video this Shark Game has, there's something on here for everybody. So I just wanted to show y'all that too. And I mean, there's a lot of other stuff. I don't want to hold you up, Shark Game, but man, and oh yeah, I didn't show the women's. They have for the women's too. And right there, it's on the side has accessories showing. So it's got the women, the shirts, the hoodies for the women. So y'all definitely check that out, man. Definitely check that out, man. I'm definitely gonna go over there and cop me something. So
All right, man. Take it
easy, brother. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, peace.
All right, peace, man.